Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat on the way in. Everyone. Look, what she say? Man eaters eat, mammies starve. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Now they're in their ego bag, pretty much speaking about how great they are and how they're man eaters. And Yanni's over here talking about how she get what she wants. You don't got no man, and I'm pretty sure you want one of those. You could stop pretending now, right? You could stop pretending now, right? So, we're gonna be reviewing Yanni today. Real Talk with Yanni. I'm sorry to keep on badgering you guys with Real Talk with Yanni, but this is what black women's egos sound like on wax, right? My apologies for not recording her saying what she said. I should have actually played it for you guys. But this is standard. The link is in the description. But this is standard issue black women ego. Let's hear it on wax, which is very interesting because what you get from Yanni speaking, you get Maya Angelou when she was playing the role of kind of the on stage when she was being kind of that wife or that girlfriend that was kind of heckling her man, and she just kept on going and going and going until he walked out the door. You hear Yanni speaking, and that's what you hear, especially when she gets into the, and then she was saying this, and she was saying it wasn't just her, it was another woman, that came up with it. But yeah. Huh. Man eaters eat, mammies starve. Actually, that's like factually inaccurate. I just want y'all to understand, like, factually inaccurate. Divorce is the number one indicator of poverty in America. Number one. Women file for 70 to 80% of divorces. They're the ones who experience the real poverty when they do get divorced. Yanni, like, what you're saying is like literally factually inaccurate. Pandering to men actually benefits women. Oh, god damn, Z, you said it. I said it. And like, it's factually accurate, by the way. Couples do far better than single people. That includes for women. I know Yanni over here posting everything she can find, that kind of the whole decenter men thing, the whole defecating on men, defecating on relationship. Now she got a white woman on her channel speaking about, how women have to do 7 hours more work and men have to do 1 hour less work. All this BS to kind of justify why Yanni's in the position she's in right now. All of this is about black women's ego and their pride and the fact that they can't admit that they're wrong or they miscalculated or that they're absolutely freaking lonely because their standards and ideals are insane. Shout out to you, Yanni. Right? And of course, there's the manifesting talk, and there's the did she talk about tarot cards? I promise you she said something about tarot cards. Right? Standard issue delusional talk. Standard issue, like she really said, man eaters eat, mammies starve. What? Is this real? Are you real? Are you real? This is not a movie. Where we get from like the 1980s kind of like black woman swag thing that didn't work for our moms, Yanni. Right? Like our mom's generation, not our moms individually. From my understanding, your parents are still married. My parents are still married. But like our mother's generation, that didn't work for them. And you bringing it back? Right? You're bringing it back. Right? This is how black women brag. What she said? The girls in this space be calling me a mammy because I'm weird. Girl, I'm a man eater. I'm a Don. I get what I want. Yanni, just a couple of months ago, you were throwing a temper tantrum. You were throwing a temper tantrum. I know that's not what you want to call it. Because you were the one saying, what's the incentive? I want to be a kept woman of leisure. What's the incentive? Men have taken away the incentives. Yanni, that's 31-year-old temper tantrum right there. By the way, Yanni is 31. Yanni, that's 31-year-old temper tantrum. No wonder you keep on saying, oh, I'm over the hill. What she say? Right? How does she refer to herself? Right? She's past the wall. She's over the wall. No, you're throwing a temper tantrum. Yanni, you know black men know what temper tantrums sound like coming from black women. Maybe you should go find your old white man and go play. Maybe they don't know what black women temper tantrums sound like. Black women ego sound like. Right? That's the goal for pretty much all of y'all anyway, to go find some upper middle class or rich lame ass white dude that's gonna fund your life. That's always the goal. Right? All this talk, Yanni, you want a man. You won't admit it to yourself. Your subscribers see it, they won't admit it to themselves. Because they want a man too. Preferably a black man. And you're just like Lonnie Love, pretending that you're okay being single. All this manifest talk, you ain't manifest no man worth a damn yet. Do you truly get what you want, Yanni? You want a man to provide you the lifestyle to be a kept woman of leisure, per your own words. Now, it's not completely over for you yet, but he ain't pop up yet neither. Right? Is this how black women sound now? This is the sound? Is this the sound of egotistical, maniac black women? The black women that sound like this is how they sound? They just keep going and going and going. And I don't take no L's. I flip L's and I make them W's type talk. Not saying that Yanni said that, but she kind of said that. Just keep going and going and going. We get into the manifest talk. We get into tarot reading talk. Now we're weird. Bro, Issa Rae destroyed the world with this awkward black girl talk and this weird black girl talk, because all of these black women, young millennials, Gen Z, keep on claiming weird and awkward and weird, and you're not weird. You're lame. Do weird people a service and stop calling yourself weird. You're not weird. You're lame. You're a petulant child throwing a temper tantrum. You're angry. You're resentful. You're spiteful. You are not weird. You're a liar. You're lying to yourself because you want a man and you're pretending like you don't want one. And everyone worth their salt at the age of 30 and above could smell it. They could see it. We all could see it. Black women could see it. Black men could see it. Black men are calling it out. You know, black men like Mr. Z. Stop insulting our intelligence, Yanni. First, secondly, Yanni, you didn't get to where you are because you're weird. She kind of chastises her subscribers and say, you know, be weird, be different. Yanni, you're not where you are because you're weird. First of all, you're not weird. This is not about you being weird. This is about you being lucky and you having good timing. You came about on social media at the right time. You forwarded a product that other black women want to see. You can't scale that, Yanni. Your subscribers can't duplicate that in any respect. They can't duplicate that. You can't scale that. That's like winning the lottery and then being like, well, do what I did. Right? Yanni's losing it in front of everyone, right? And her subscribers will watch. She gives this story about, um, you know, taking these prescriptions when she had knee surgery when she was younger. I think she said when she was 17, and she kind of got hooked on it for a little bit, and she had to end it, and it kind of destroyed her young basketball career and aspirations, and et cetera, et cetera. All right, right. And Yenny has these elaborate stories, and I'm not going to question whether this story is true or not. None of my business. But once again, a person that thinks they take these things and flip them to positive, Yanni, your timing was impeccable. I'll give you that. And you got lucky. And you're on a line of black women that essentially say that black men ain't ish. And black women love to hear that. But Yanni, you can't scale that. This is why Chrissy DDS magazine couldn't get off the ground for real, for real. This is why you, Kim Foster, y'all could only go so far. Paris, you, Lexus Exodus, all of y'all could only go so far. You can't scale what y'all selling. You can't scale up what you're selling. And somebody in Yanni's family need to check on her. I know your baby girl is making this good YouTube money. Is she YouTube famous? She's losing it. Or she already lost it. Either way. Being in the apartment by her goddamn self, whatever BMW she got, it's not enough. Yanni, you're a testament to that materialism is not enough. Right? You over here bragging about pretty much using dudes. Oh yeah, they gave up the ghost, by the way. Yanni says one of the greatest advice that Shira 7 gave was act like you're spoiled. Dear black women, we already knew that you were pretending. We know a fake spoiled woman when we see one. We know you playing on. We know your daddy don't got nothing. Your mama extra regular. You acting like you spoiled. You spent your last on them red bottoms. We know that. Right? On that Louis Vuitton bag, we know that you spent your last. We know that's your way, or at least you think it's your way, as a ticket into a particular group of people so that you can show I belong here, so that a man can elevate you even further. We know. And if the other brothers don't know, Z knows. I could smell a fake bougie chick from a million miles away. I'm from Dade County, Miami. Ugh, that don't even sound right coming out my mouth. Right? Right? So Shira 7, you think that's great advice, Yanni? Act like you're spoiled? And Yanni says, acting like I'm spoiled. I got man to pay my hair and like pay for my hair and pay for my nails and pay my rent. First of all, I don't even know if you're actually telling the truth. But even if you are, clearly you're not in a relationship with him. Clearly you're not taking it serious. And once again, you want a man. Stop it. Grow up. right? So Yanni just once again rambling on, and it's not something I take glee in. I don't like doing this whole crazy black woman trope thing. It does come from a racist place. Let's be very clear. It is a racist trope. But Yanni, you're kind of trafficking in it right now. I'm just saying. The whole crazy black woman rambling thing. You know, white men been making fun of y'all in movies about that for the longest, right? The whole spiritual miracle black woman, kind of off her walker. Be rambling to herself, think she be saying something deep and smart when she really not. Yanni, don't Yanni got like two brothers or a brother? Where are y'all? I get it, your sister making some money, you don't want to disturb the money. I get it. But what the hell? Yanni, your dad's still part of your life, ain't he? Like what's going on here? I'm not trying to be funny. I am not trying to be funny. If this is standard issue Yanni, oh my god. Even worse, if this is standard issue young millennial and Gen Z, whoa, dear black men, oh my god. To all you young millennials and Gen Z, I didn't know it was this bad. I know it's bad. I didn't know it was this bad. This is standard issue young millennial. Yanni? And Dr. Umar got the unmitigated gall to go on Cruisy or whatever it's called. Daily Wrap Up Crew. There we go. Sorry, brothers. Daily Wrap Up Crew and chastise them men for not turning someone like Yanni into a wife? Oh my God. What can you do with listen to Yanni speak? She's gone. Right? And Detroit says, did Yanni really said she's a man eater? If so, she's a truly a real life monster, scaring the children and ish. Look, she said it. Let me read that for y'all again. I should have recorded it. God, I should have recorded it. Right? It's at the 56 minute mark, by the way. 56 minutes and 3 seconds. So that's when she says it. The link is in the description. So if you want to just get to it. But she says, the girls in the space be calling me a mammy because I'm weird. Yanni, you're not weird. Because I'm weird. Girl, I'm a man eater. I'm a Dawn. I get what I want. Once again, that black woman braggadocious type thing, you know, that's black women swag right there. That's black women bragging right there. I get what I want. I'm a man eater. I'm a Dawn. Oh my god. Oh, this is that queen maker crap. This is Princella crap. Right? Yanni, you're not weird. You're a petulant child. Yanni, stop with this awkward, weird black girl stuff. Issa Rae bring it into the space, and then all these women start saying that I'm weird, I'm awkward, I'm different. No, you're not. Y'all all dress the same, y'all sound the same, y'all talk the same, y'all talk about the same stuff. You're not weird. You're standard issue young black woman. Yanni, I promise you, you ain't weird. You're not weird. They swear they be different. You're not different. Yanni, you have a YouTube channel and you making some money and you can brag about not having to work a 9 to 5 and how long. That's great. Another black person doing financially well. I am not opposed to that. But look what you got to do to be financially well. Lie to yourself, gaslight your subscribers, lie to them. and display your kind of unhingedness, kind of, sort of. Unhinged is not a word, right? And to real talk, once again, to Yanni's family, bro. I'm not. I don't know y'all. I don't know her. But this, like, something. This don't seem right. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm full of it myself. I'm not claiming to be the paragon of like sanity, right? I'm not claiming to have it all together up there all the time. But unless she's putting on for the camera, that's possible. I don't think that's healthy either. I don't know how you can continue to do that. Maybe Yanni's low key an actor; she could turn it on and off. That didn't really work for Heath Ledger too well. Ooh, goddamn, Mr. C. Right, right. If Will Smith is to believe that method acting, that on switch that you swear you could turn off, but sometimes you can't. He said he thought he was William Sr. for a second when he went up on stage and slapped Chris Rock. I'm just saying. He was stuck in the role, so he says. Yanni, once again, you're not weird at all. You're standard issue black woman throwing a temper tantrum because you can't get or keep the type of man you want. You're not weird. You're standard issue. And sprinkle, sprinkle, but she didn't say. Yeah, actually, she did say Shira's seven name. She did say Shira's name, but she called her Sprinkle, Sprinkle. What did Sprinkle, Sprinkle do to y'all? Sprinkle, Sprinkle got great advice. You know the advice I took from her? Act like you're bougie. We know y'all acting. First of all, we know how many black people come from money. Most black people don't come from money. Like the vast majority of black people don't come from money. Most black women don't come from money. Even for those of you that's upper middle class, your parents are 2, 3 paychecks away from you being right back in the hood. We know y'all are our relatives. So we know y'all putting on. There's not this many bougie black women that grew up upper middle class and got it all together. There's a handful of Kim Fosters. Only a handful. Ooh, I know. I'll pretend. Y'all actually heard Shira Seven say that and you thought that was wisdom? Not for any black man that grew up in a major city. If he grew up in LA, Houston, Miami, New York, anyway, Chicago, we know y'all putting on. Indigo, stop. And Indigo says, hey, y'all, remember when everybody was eclectic? Oh, now it's weird and awkward and different. You're not. But you're not. Yanni, you made a little bit of money and you went and got a Beamer. Standard issue, quite frankly, basic black women stuff. Like, it's so extra average. It's frightening. Y'all swear y'all be doing, and I'm not saying that to bring. Look, I want to be very clear. This is not about bringing Yanni down to size. Truly, this is not about bringing Yanni down to size. Right? This is not about. Yeah. Oh yeah. We definitely got to poke some fun, but this is not about bringing her down. This is truly like Yanni. You're not saying anything really unique. I'm sorry. You're not saying anything unique. You're not. I know your subscribers who probably are younger than you, around your age, younger than you. They like what you're saying. They're living that type of life. They feel the same way you feel, but y'all are not unique. The way you're describing yourself, Yanni, you're not unique. The decentering of men, the I want to open up my options, to open up our options. We're gonna date out, and we're right. I'm a man eater. I'm a man eater. I'm a dawn. I get what I want. This is so standard issue black woman, right? That Maya Angelou was speaking like that on stage like 50 years ago. Yeah, do you think you saying something new? Maya Angelou was acting this out about 40 something years ago. You think you saying something new. She portrayed how y'all sound when y'all with y'all man, even though Yanni's single right now. She played this sound to the T, Yanni. Here you are, 31 years old, reenacting it, think you doing something and saying something new. Y'all sound the same. Detroit said these foreign men going to find out, and you know that's the goal. If they can't get them some basic Brad with a little bit of money who's green in the game, then they gonna try to find them an African brother. One of these, I'm a man and I pay all the bills and I shower her with gifts and she plays me and still have sex with the swaggerlicious black dude in the file room. Yeah, one of them brothers. One of them, I'm not a black American black man. I don't use excuses, black men. One of the Nigerian brothers. I'm sorry to the Nigerian brothers. I keep on throwing y'all under the bus. I just want y'all to know that black women, white women, Latina women in America see y'all as marks. Right? You really think you saying something. Calling yourself weird, you're not weird. Stop. You're doing weird people a disservice. You're a petulant child. You're throwing a temper tantrum. Y'all want, you know what? For y'all to see Crystalline Kerosene throw a damn near 2-decade long temper tantrum, she's still going because it didn't work out with her black baby daddy that she pretty much tried to baby trap. Married the lame square white dude, it didn't work. For y'all to see Crystalline Kerosene throw a 2-decade long temper tantrum and y'all don't get it yet, it doesn't work, black women. Your war against black men doesn't work. It ends up biting you in the rear end. Your money and status be damned. Does Crystalline Kerosene look sane right now? She's a whole drunk auntie right now. Yanni, you keep on talking about doing the internal work. Now she's talking about spiritual healing that I think she offers on her Patreon. Oh my God. Dear black women, young black women, I'm talking about the 22, 21, 23-year-olds. Please, for the love of God, tell me y'all not getting no spiritual work done by Real Talk with Yanni. It's the blind leading the blind. Right? And Nema says, is this women basically going through a form of age regression of sorts, Z? I see it as like an emotional arrested development, right? Like they go through usually standard issue heartbreak. maybe standard issue rejection that we all go through as young people, as older age teenagers or as young adults in your 20s. They get their first heartbreak, and or they go through something. I'm going to use the word traumatic, but it's really not traumatic in the grand scheme of things. And because they have this kind of emotional arrested development, they can't get over it, and they just let that go and go and go, and late 20s, early 30s, mid 30s, late 30s, early 40s, right? They let childhood remember, it was Real Talk with Yenny. Was it even a year ago that she referenced her 16-year-old self and how that's the one that needed a hug, and et cetera, et cetera? In other words, Yenny was a whole 30 years old, maybe 29 years old. She was 29, 30 years old, speaking about the 16-year-old her not being sought after by dudes, essentially, right? And you hear this repeat. Kim Foster did this, spoke on this, right? Having to go to, it wasn't just the black jocks that were interested in me, the black nerds. I went to prom with the white guy. And Kim Foster's what, 34? That video, maybe when she recorded that maybe when she was 32, maybe something along those lines. You hear that Khadijah did the same thing. Yanni did the same thing. Khadijah bringing up stories about how she was treated, what, in elementary school, middle school. Oh, Stefco told you about elementary school, and that's why she smiled when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. These are grown ass women. That's why I made sure to stop saying they got masculine energy. They're petulant children throwing temper tantrums. These are grown. They're not even in their 20s. We're talking about 30-something-year-old women. For Chrissy is what, approaching 40, if not 40 something? Let's say I got her age wrong and she's somewhere in her mid 30s. These are 30-something-year-old women still able to reference heartbreak, feeling of rejection, feeling of being overlooked from 14, 15, 7, 10, 16, 17, 18 years old. And they hold on to that heartbreak, that feeling of rejection, that feeling of not being seen, comparing themselves to the cute light-skinned chick, the exotical, the non-black girl, the Latina. They keep on claiming white girl. The era of like black men kind of drooling over white girl, that's dead. That's done. We don't live in the era of Lionel Richie anymore. Look at who Lionel Richie talking to now, right? Look who he's dating now. Y'all seen that picture of Lionel Richie? So this, in my estimation, that's what it is. And I know that the left and the right, to be frank, but our establishment, academics, um, social critiquers, and et cetera, they really haven't grappled with this, and I can tell they haven't, because when I presented that to FD Signifier, you could see he really was like, huh. And I don't think he was trying to blow smoke up my rear end. I don't think he was like, oh, I never considered that, but he really have, and they already talked about this in his spaces. No, they really never considered that these women are adult ass women throwing temper tantrums about childhood, uh, air quotes, trauma from not being desired as children, not feeling seen by the opposite sex as children. They're still mad at the 16 and 17-year-old boy who was not interested in them. Right? And y'all like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. So, you know, Yanni to me represents many women. I think she represents her age cohort well, actually. She represents her age cohort well. This is how they sound. This is them. Once again, and this applies to Mr. Z also. Every time I find out some new information, find out something historical that I should have known or that I feel that I should have known, I beat myself up a little bit. Because if you do not know your history, you are bound to repeat it. And Yanni thinks she's saying something. The clip is on YouTube. I want to say either BGS or Green Gorilla. Maybe Dr. T played it. Of Maya Angelou. I remember it. On stage with the brother, and she just going on and just keep talking and talking until he walk out. And Indigo says, man, do they know how much rejection most us boys dealt with? Listen, Indigo, if women in general, particularly in the West, if women, that includes black women, had to deal with the rejection and how they reject us oftentimes, that look of disgust, that side eye, that rejecting you and then laughing and snickering with her friends afterwards, and you know they'd laughing and how the hell he thought he could talk to me type talk, they would be jumping off of bridges left and right. They'd be slitting their wrists left and right. If they had to go through rejection the way we do, even the dark-skinned sisters that claim that think no one wants them, if they had to be rejected the way we have to be, we are rejected, the way many dudes, including even the white boys, feel completely ignored, you're invisible. See, some of the even most unattractive women could get somebody to pipe. Unattractive men that are not ballers or that do not have the swag of God, don't have the most swaggiest wardrobe ever to make up for it. What the young people call it, drip. I embrace my old age, right? Or is it Riz now? Or are they like interchangeable? They couldn't deal with rejection the way men deal with rejection. The way boys deal with rejection. And yet they steady complaining. What's Beyonce's song? If I were a boy or if I was a man? Are you sure about that? Look, I don't ever want to switch with women. I do not want to know what it's like to be on your menstrual. I do not want to know what it's like to walk into a room and you see all these, big, huge dudes could take you. I don't want to know what that. I do not want to know what that feel like. But women really, really take for granted what it's like over here on the XY chromosome side of the game. They think it's a joke. There's a reason why more men are transitioning to appearing XX than women are transitioning appearing XY. There's a reason for that. You don't want these problems. Right? And to see a grown woman, 31, throwing a temper tantrum, acting like she's not, throwing a temper tantrum with all her fake swaggy talk. Let's go over it again. The girls in this space be calling me a mammy because I'm weird. Girl, I'm a man eater. I'm more of a Dawn. I get what I want. Oh my God. Right? You hear that and then you see the look on her face and you see how she's moving in the chair and you're like, is this real? Right? You gotta look at, is this real? You get what you want. Yanni, you want a man. It's very clear. I know you act you think you acting like you don't, but it's very clear that you do. You don't got one yet though. You could brag about how you getting all type of men to pay for your nails to be done and your hair to be done, paying your rent. Yeah, that sound nice, right? And Namer says the Beyonce song is called "If I Was a Boy." They swear it's cakewalk over here. Thanos snapped them to being a boy or a man for a couple months, and see if they don't go screaming back the other way. Show them how they treat us and talk to us, and see if they don't go screaming the other way. The looks or lack thereof, the side eye. They want to talk about being objectified. What's worse than being boiled down to being a wallet? At least men want you for your bodies. You want us for this paper. This right? These notes of debt. Right? That we gotta go put hours in to make that disappears the second we get it. Right? And John Jones says, what's the minute mark? It's the 56-minute mark. Right? The Shira7 just act spoiled comment. Stop. Stop. And that's what the comment was. It wasn't bougie, it was spoiled. My apologies. Yeah, just act spoiled. We know you're, oh my God, we know it's an act, ladies. Any man worth his salt, especially a black man born and raised in any major city, we know it's an act. Remember, Mr. Z was the one who bought Bougetto to y'all. That fake, fake bougie, fake spoiled. I could see it. I grew up in Miami-Dade County. I could smell it a million miles away. Right? Women that grew up working class, that doesn't mean you can't be aspirational and aspire for more. That is not what Mr. Z is saying. I'm not telling you to stay in your place and know your station. I don't buy into that. But what you're not gonna do is come up off of me pretending like you are what you're not so that you could be what you're not. What? You're gonna pretend like you are what you're not so that I could fund you so that you could actually be what you weren't, what you're not now. Right? Really now? Yanni, once again, and this is why I'm covering this, because it's important to speak about what black women getting in their ego bag looks like. It's important to inform any of the young brothers in the space that may not know. It's important to get brothers my age and older a refresher course. Anyone of note that's listening, understand what this is. The Dark Vulcan. What? Everyone in Miami ain't rich, but Mr. Z, social media says, bruh, Miami has legit money, legit millionaires. Look, one of the cities I work for, you could stand outside in the afternoon and you could see literally Bugattis passing by. I am not joking. Literally seen a Burgundy Chiron a couple months ago. All type of McLarens, all type of Ferraris, M3s, C63s, M5s, E63s, Dodge, the Ram TRX, Chargers and Scat Packs, like Chargers and Scat. That's nothing, right? The occasional GTR, Range Rovers galore, G wagons galore, Beamer trucks, X5s, X3s, X7s, all over the place. Miami-Dade County and Broward County also, which is the county above us. That's where Fort Lauderdale is. I kid you not, you see more SLs than you see SLKs. Because why would I get the baby Benz convertible? So there is real money in South Florida. Likewise, there's also a whole lot of faking and fronting in South Florida. Right? John Jones, exactly. There's a whole lot of fake it till you make it in South Florida also. Seeing a Phantom, seeing a Ghost, Rolls Royce Ghost, Rolls Royce Phantom, Rolls Royce Wraith. It's not too uncommon in South Florida. The occasional Lamborghini Murcielago, Aventador, definitely Gallardo and Huracan. .458 Ferrari, .488 Ferrari, F12, F 599. You see these. Not every day, but more often than just about anywhere else in the country, maybe outside of LA, maybe certain places in New York or like in Jersey that pretty much all the rich people that make their money in New York live in that part of Jersey. Okay, I gotta say it then. The baby Benz, the CLAs and the C-Class Benzes. And if you want to throw in the baby Benz SUVs now, the GLCs, right? And the GLAs. Those are the baby Benz SUVs. Shout out to Indigo Flow, baby Benz tax. And Anubis is Pagani. Yes, you got it right the second time. Pagani's, they're Italian. Last time the Pagani Zondas came with AMG engines, which were obviously built by AMG, the same people that. Well, AMG now is like in-house Benz. When AMG first started, it was its own tuning shop, and then they contracted with Benz, and now Benz bought them into Benz, right? Right. What? No Corvettes? Yeah, but Corvettes are so standard issue in South Florida. They don't do what they maybe do in other parts of the country. Right? They don't. This is another thing, Detroit. Shout out to Detroit. Thank you for the super chat. And by the way, Indigo Flow, thank you for the super chat. Baby Benz tax, right? And Detroit says F-350 tax. That's another. You see so many lifted trucks in South Florida. I'm gonna tie this to Yanni, by the way, because what I'm saying is, for a person that grew up seeing money, I didn't say I had any, because I did not. Let's be very clear, right? But being in a city, being in a county, remember, this is like the home. This is where Griselda Blanco really made her money, right? Like this is the home of the like cigarette boat and like you know going out with your boat on the beach. Like this is the town. So yeah, we have so many between Dade, Broward County. There are lifted trucks galore, right? Lifted trucks galore. Dodge Rams, F-150s, F-250s, F-350s, 35 series Dodge trucks, 25 series Dodge trucks, 1500 series Dodge trucks, right? Tahoes, Suburbans, Durangos, right? And we have drop trucks too. Of course we do. Dualies lifted, right? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. We have SoFlo Jeeps. SoFlo Jeeps is not too far from where I work. And yeah, we have they custom make the six by six Jeeps. They're even custom making the new Ford Broncos 6x6. Oh yeah. And Diaspora Else is Miami, the home of the lifted 6x6. And tying that back to Yanni, when you grow up where Z grew up, yeah, that pretend like you're spoiled, yeah, it don't work over here. I can smell that out within the first conversation. And if I just want to go out on a date because I'm okay with blowing how much money on this date, I'll take you on a date to prove it to myself. Right? All spats and divestors think the guy in the Sharon is gonna wipe them up. They don't even know how much it cost, right? They don't even know how much it costs, let alone to maintain it. Their eyes would water when we start talking to them about $40,000 a tire, right? When we start talking to them about $100,000 maintenance costs, y'all ain't built for that. Detro says dunks, boxes, and bubbles. They don't want to know about people blowing $250,000. See, y'all see so many of these dunks in southern music videos. Y'all don't know how much it costs to build that, right? Dunk Master. You know how much it cost? Those cars are $250,000 cars, right? I'm from that city. Well, not the same city as Dunk Master. Dunk Master's from the Carolinas. But I'm from the city of the fast dunks also. The fast box Chevys. The fast G bodies. G bodies, for all of you that don't know, I don't even want to go through the list, but it's the late 80s everything from the Cutlass to the Monte Carlo to the Grand National to the Regal, yeah, it's too many. Just know that GM, every car company from under GM pretty much had a name for the G wagon, for the G body, just about, right. But yeah, we have all of these type of cars sitting on 20s, 22s, 24s, 26s, 28s, and 30s. Some of them with motor work done, some of them without. Most of them have had motor work done. Either they have their standard issue 350 refreshed. The people that could afford it did 454s, but nobody's really doing that anymore because they could slap a LS in there, put a couple of bolt-ons, and make 400 horsepower. If they really want to go crazy, supercharge it or turbocharge it and make some real power. Right? Bonneville's, Michael Ross, I'm not gonna say it doesn't get no play in South Florida, but it's not like in the Midwest or the northern South or further north in the South, right? So it's important that we say this because This fronting and flaunting thing. Yanni, just be you. And I know you think you being you, or at least you lying to your subscribers and say you being you, but you ain't being you. You came up working class, from what I can tell. Nothing wrong with that. You making good YouTube money now. Nothing wrong with that. Once again, I'm not trying to tell you to stay in your place. That's not your issue. Your issue is that you're delusional as hell. You're rambling on the internet. You have no answers for your subscribers. Now you talking tarot cards. So we went from manifest to tarot cards. Right? Oh, okay, Michael Ross. You said I was talking about that G body style from the 80s. Okay. Yeah, with the G, yeah. Right. And I still haven't checked it out. Namer. Namer says, have you seen the 2012 Channel 4 documentary Sex Lies and Rinsing Guys? No, and I got to check it out. You did tell me about it. I got to check it out. Right. So let's go through this again. Um, you know, it's Z's girlfriend's birthday today, so I gotta you know, gotta make sure I make myself seen. Right. So once again, we're covering Real Talk with Yanni, um, and we're covering her because of the man eater comment. The comment that says man eaters eat, mammies starve. And I'm gonna fix that title. I know I misspelled mammy, but mammies starve. Right? Man eaters eat, mammies starve. And now she's thinking about putting it on a shirt. She was being a little funny, but she wasn't being funny. Right? She also said it's giving dark feminine energy. Oh boy. We've been hearing this for a little while now, this dark feminine energy thing. This is like that Shira 7, manipulate, play men, get what you get, use them and abuse them because that's how they treat us talk. Ladies, y'all don't want to play this. And it's funny and it's interesting how Yanni kind of does this juxtaposition thing, right? Where she said, this tit for tat thing that we're doing with black men, you know, and then we go into white men and we're white and we're worshiping white men. No, white men know that women of color, that's not exclusive to black women, so I'll give y'all that. They know that y'all worship them. They know the system their ancestors created. Yanni, people are not as dumb and dense as you think they are. They're not. White men know the system their ancestors created. So even if they can't articulate it, they know that they're the ones sought after. And then black women just make it so goddamn obvious. Black women and Asian women and Latina women, y'all just so loud about it, either through words or through actions. They know. And they're Yanni. If you dealing with a white dude or a Latino dude from South Florida, they could smell fake bougie and fake spoiled from a million miles away also. That's not exclusive to black men. Have fun trying to play the Latino dude. Heck, they're gonna bring you up through there. Toya, you asking too many questions, lady. And Toya says, real question, how can you be dark feminine in your soft girl era? But listen, Toya, I'm gonna tell you the same thing I told BGS, the same thing I told Dr. Thunder, the same thing I told Namer, the same thing I told Nameless, the same thing I told Charles. I think I said it to Green Gorilla also. Stop trying to make sense of it all. You try to be logical. Stop it. You try to make it make sense. It's not supposed to make sense. It's supposed to feel good. Right? It's supposed to make us feel empowered. That's what this is about. It's supposed to make them feel like they have their destiny in their hands. Like they don't have to be mammies and slaves to black men in particular. Right? That they don't have to care about what black men think or say or feel. Dark feminine is about using men, tapping into the part of you that our society says you shouldn't tap into as a woman, particularly a black woman. As a black woman, you're taught, and this is their sentiments, right? You're taught to be above board and treat people kindly, and be a woman of light and be selfless, and think about family and friends and man and kids, and what these ladies are saying. Yeah, nope. Which, by the way, you have the right to do in America. You also have the right to eat all of them consequences that come with that. All that dark feminine energy. Yeah. Y'all think y'all saying something new. That's the thing. This is the thing that keeps on catching. This is the thing that keeps on getting Z, is that they think they're saying something new. They don't realize their mothers and grandmothers said the same thing. Our mothers and grandmothers' generation said the same type of things, maybe worded a little differently, but the same type of sentiment was espoused. And what did it get them? Yanni, from my understanding, your parents are still married, but what did it get your mother's generation? What did it get them? Why do y'all think that? You know what it is? It's we're not our ancestors talk. When young black people ain't really talk to their ancestors about what their ancestors was really dealing with and how they used to lump up some of them white people sometimes. And that's how the women sound. We ain't our ancestors. Yes, you are. You think they didn't sound like you. I told y'all already, go talk to your aunt and get her to admit to you that she got played by the white dude. She thought she was playing him, he played her. Go talk to your older girl cousins about the Latino dude that left her in a funk and in a depressed state for a year or two. Go talk to your other girl cousin about how she did the same sex thing and she just kept on. Then she realized, oh crap, we ain't a cakewalk neither. This woman over here trying to play me. Right? And who's paying Yanni's hair, nails, and rent? Negro, you don't realize what's going on? If you're black, if you're not black, continue on. Right? As I said before, she's still posting videos about how miserable relationships are for women. She's over here speaking about how black men were selling black women and children into slavery. Last time I checked, yes, y'all heard right. Yanni's over here talking about how black men sold black women and black children in slavery. Last time I checked, black men were the number one victims of being sold into slavery. And you kind of got the story a little wrong. They created the market and forced many of those chieftains into that situation. But Yanni, not only do you not know that, you don't care, and you don't care to know. It'll mess with your narrative. You don't know, you don't care, and you don't care to know. Much like a lot of your channel, you're just selling lies. Who needs Ron DeSantis or Greg Abbott when we got Yanni teaching history? Who need the racist white dudes? We'll just use the bitter, angry black woman. I told y'all, your anger and your resentment is so great it turns you into a racist white person. You got to be careful what you ingest. Your anger, your rage, and your resentment is so great it turns you into a racist white person. And here you are. Right? And with all of that, Yanni, you still got beef with somebody on YouTube, right? You didn't give the name, I understand. But you still got beef with one of these women on YouTube. All of that. And so, closing out, I just want to say this again. Yanni, you are not weird. Stop it. You are not weird. And y'all like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. You are not weird, Yanni. You're standard issue black women. You just, you're probably making a good 6 figures off of YouTube. If not that, nearly 6 figures off of YouTube, right? I think it's 6 figures. I think you kind of alluded to that. And I'm glad for you. What you're making the 6 figures from saying, advocating on the other hand, right? Oh yeah, she's definitely selling on content for black men, right? So, you know, you could continue on, Yanni. Real talk with Yanni. Um, and let's see where this gets you. Right now, it's getting you some good money. You claim you're good. You don't look too good mentally. Well, psychologically, better yet. Right. And my apologies to all the young millennials and Gen Z if this is what y'all have to date. This is what Dr. Umar Johnson is chastising y'all about not wifing up the real talk with Yannis, who sound unhinged as hell, who's just a big ball of resentment and anger, right? This is what it sounds like. So that, I just wanted to cover this for y'all today. And maybe we come back a little bit later and cover some other things. Yeah. Frightening, right? Absolutely frightening. Talking about tarot cards, talking about manifesting, right? Talking about acting spoiled. The girls in the space be calling me a mammy because I'm weird. Girl, I'm a man eater. I'm more of a don. I get what I want. Alrighty then. All right, everyone. Y'all have a great rest of your day. So let's do our outro. So we'll pause right here. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Right. Y'all have a great rest of y'all day. Please go check out other Black Manosphere content, other non-Manosphere content for the love of God. Right? John Jones, acting spoiled equals glamour. That man, say no more. For real. Right? Please go check out other non-Manosphere content, worldly things, things that's going on in the world, things that's going on in the country, right? Go watch some of these politicians put their foot in their mouth when they're being grilled for longer than the 5 minutes they usually have on CNN or Fox News, when them BS puff pieces, right? So yeah. And we'll truly pause right here. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Mr. Z out. John Jones, I gotta say that. And John Jones says, go live in the real world. Exactly, John. Exactly. And we're out. All right, everyone.